Okay, hello. Part of what I've been working on this week is, hold on, I need percussion, but you can't see it right now. Hold on. It's a little better. I have my phone very precariously balanced. There we go. On an upright trumpet case with a stack of coasters behind it, so it's a little tricky to get the right angle. And then also, like, before we even begin with I've been practicing percussion, right? I have my practice pad, my sticks. This is on a weird, like, side table thing we have. I don't have a stand here. I don't have anything that's at the correct height. You know, normally you would want your pad or whatever to be about belly button height, give or take. Obviously, this is much lower than that. I don't have anything that height, so I've been making it work. So I've been sitting, if I sit in this chair normally, I'm too low, but I kind of prop myself up on my knee. Man, I'm too close to the table. I prop myself up on my knee, and that seems to mostly get the job done. But you gotta give and take in this situation, am I right? So, okay. So for percussion, I, as a lot of you may know, have had to kind of figure out percussion pretty quickly this year, right? I started picking up drum set and just a couple other things. One, because there was a need that needed to be filled, and two, because I feel that I have a lot of room for improvement here and want to push myself. So I've been working on percussion. Don't have a drum set at home. I thought about grabbing it after when we found out we weren't coming back. I was like, should I go grab the drum set? But I was like, no, my neighbors and my cats and my husband probably don't want me with a drum set at home for months at a time. But I have a practice pad, so here we are. So I'm gonna play a super basic exercise for you. 8/8/16, just, I mean, you'll recognize it, I'm sure. Things that well, how about this? I'll play for you where I'm at, and then I'll kind of talk you through what I notice and what I've been working on, and then I'll play it again, and then I would love for you guys to, if you're a percussionist, give me some feedback. Either praise me for how wonderful I am, or more realistically, like, find something that you can maybe help me with. I would love some tips, right? Of course, I've been doing a lot of research, but percussion is just such a completely different instrument than any wind instrument, right? Like, when I'm struggling with something on brass, I have the basics down. You know, fingerings, air support, I can read the notes, like all that stuff. Percussion is just such a completely different technique that it's kind of hard to, like, teach yourself to be better at it, because I have the basics down, but I've never had to play it at a higher level because I'm not a percussionist. But here we are. So here's what I've got so far. So bear with me as I play it one time through. Again, disclaimer, I would normally have a metronome going, but my phone is recording right now. Okay, I know that that's not super clean. I'm working on it. My thing is, first of all, I'm going very slowly. That was honestly a little bit faster than I normally go when I have my metronome on, because I want to perfect it slowly. I want to get really comfortable with the whole pattern and technique and everything, and then build it up rather than just jump in for the sake of going quickly. So a couple things I've been noticing that I do, I can tell I have a different grip in my left hand versus my right hand. I'm left-handed. I tend to grip my left hand more firmly than I do with my right hand. Here's where it gets tricky though. I don't think I quite know which one is more correct. Like in some ways I feel more comfortable with how I'm playing with my left hand, but a part of me thinks that maybe I'm gripping a little too much and I need to relax a little. I think I kind of need to find a happy medium between the two. So I'm working on it. I think that's something you just got to get a feel for as you go. I've been Googling a lot of percussion drumstick techniques. And then I know also, first of all, like, sitting at this angle, I know my arms aren't necessarily where they're supposed to be to play comfortably, but there's just not a good way for me to position that right now. Whatever, we'll make it work. And then I'm also paying a lot of attention to which joint I look like I'm dancing, to which joint I'm moving when I drum. So, you know, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. I used to always do my arm, my whole arm. And then I was like, no, control that. But then it turned into all elbow. And so I'm trying to use way more wrist and have some movement in the fingers. And then of course my elbows and shoulders move a little bit, but it's still a little bit of a challenge, I think, to just get a good feel for it. Like I'm aware of it when I'm playing. I'm aware of like the movement that's happening. It's hard to hone in on what it should be though, for me at least. So, and then I know there's a lot of inconsistencies, you know, between stick height and velocity, and really finding a balance between a rebound versus like 2 strokes, I suppose. But anyways, I'm working on it. I do this exercise over and over. Like you saw, I started with my left hand first and then I paused and did it with my right hand. I do this over and over for at least like 5 minutes to 10 minutes a night, along with a couple other exercises, but primarily this one because I would really like to be able to improve on these foundational things. So I'm gonna play it one more time and then that'll kind of be it. Like I said, if you have any tips and you would like to share them, please do. I'm a learner as well. And then I will probably do another percussion check-in video in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll hear some significant improvement. So here one more time in case you need another reference for when you're giving me some tips. Yeah, so I enjoy working on these kinds of instruments that I don't primarily focus on. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe it ends if you're like, oh man, I am struggling. Guess what? Me too. That's okay. We all have things that we can work on, right? So yeah, that's all for percussion for this week. I will post another update probably the next couple weeks. Bye.